I ever excited about today's session? Totally inspired by a little lost and found. I'm talking about that awesome experience. Some of you might know what I'm talking about, where you're digging through all your old hard drives and archives looking for a specific set of files when you stumble across a lost demo, a song idea that you composed that you totally forgot about, somehow gets buried in a hard drive. Well, that song I shared last week, Like a Nightmare, that's exactly what that track is. A couple of weeks ago, I'm digging through my archives and I find this track and I put it up. As soon as I heard it, I'm like, that is a really fun work in progress. What a blast it would be to do a community collab jam on that track. And then after sharing that track last week and seeing all the responses and some of the comments left, oh yeah, you absolutely locked it down for me. This track, Like a Nightmare, let's do a community collab jam on this thing. Let's knock it right out of the park. Man, I love 91 BPM. There's something so hypnotic about that beat and that tempo. And so for today's session, I prepared some very simple stems that I'll go ahead and package up and make available to all of you. Yeah, let's collaborate. There's so many possibilities of where we could take this track. I love 91 BPM and the way that it just trudges along. Check it.
Like a nightmare,
Yeah, this little work in progress is just crying for a collaboration by all of you. So if you want to jump in and contribute, I've left a Dropbox link in the description of this session. Go ahead and download the zip file where you'll find the stems in a README, just like I've requested in the past. In an effort to sort of help me manage the scale and size of this project, I'm going to ask that you limit your contributions to 2 parts. You've all seen how I like to assemble these community collab jams, and the fact that I end up loading everybody's parts up into sample banks. This is a way that I love working, whether it be remixes or doing a community collab jam like we're about to do. When I load everybody's parts up on a sampler, just opens the door. It just literally opens the door from the creative side because, oh man, now the possibilities are just endless. The next remix that you're commissioned to do, I encourage you to sort of abandon the idea of putting that together in a linear form on your DAW. I suggest loading up every bit of source into a sampler and watch what happens to your remix. This will blow your mind. This is some of the most fun I've ever had in the studio. The power of being able to audition all of your parts instantly and in any combination, it's just mind-boggling. It's very exciting. I strongly encourage this. Now, I'm no expert on music theory, that's for sure, but this track is in D minor. And if that doesn't mean much to you, then just stick to the white keys. We're talking about D, F, G, and A. All 4 of those notes in any combination will work in this track. So, D minor, I think it's an add 4, but it's way beyond my pay grade. We're talking about playing D, F, G, and A. Any combo of those will work. So how easy is that? So basically just stick with those keys, right? D, F, G, and A. Stick to 91 BPM. We're gonna knock this thing right out of the park. Thank you for sitting in on today's session.